Prometheus is an open source monitoring system that collects metrics from systems and applications. It is widely used to monitor microservices applications, but it can also be used to monitor any type of system or application. Today, we will see how you can set up Prometheus using Docker image. In simple terms, you can use this command docker run and then exposing the Prometheus port and then the official Docker image. I got this Docker image from Docker Hub, and here you can get other images from Prom. Since I have not used any tag here, it will go for the latest tag. Now we can see that the server is ready to receive the web request. Let's check out the server. Now we can see the Prometheus server is started. You may have a question like, what is it monitoring now, since we have not set anything and it is completely blank. So when I try to check the HTTP request total, as you can see that it has already started monitoring. You can also check the graph. For my convenience, I will set it to local time. As I keep on refreshing the page, the data will keep on changing. Now I am changing the resolution to 15 minutes so that we can get better graph. And here below the graph, you will see what each line represents. And whenever you hover over those lines, you will see the highlighted line in the graph. Now let's check out the alerts tab. Currently there is nothing because the configuration file doesn't contain anything related to alerts. And for the graph, we have just checked out. Now help. Once you click on help, it will take you to the official documentation of Prometheus. If I go back to the local host, I can see in the status we have this runtime and build information. This will show me the current details about the server, like how are things configured and the build information of the server. In alert managers, we see that there are no endpoints. This means nothing is set for this one. This is for the database status. So here you will see the current stats for TSDB, time series database. And here you can see the top 10 series count by metric names. And then the label names with high memory usage and so on. Next comes the command line flags. These are the flags used while running the Prometheus server. So while running the Docker image, I did not set any of these. They were set by default inside the image, but I will show you how you can modify them and how can you access the config file. These are all the flags that were used while running the Prometheus server. Now for the config file, we can see that the path is /etc/prometheus/prometheus.yaml. Then the configuration. This is the actual config file that is being used for running this Prometheus. Here we don't see anything inside the targets of alert manager. That's why the alerts were empty. Then comes the rules. Since there is no alerting set, the rules page is empty. Then comes the targets. Here it is targeting this endpoint /metrics. This one is coming from the configuration file. So here if you see the scrape configs, you will see a job named Prometheus. This by default comes with the configuration file, and it has started scraping from the Prometheus server, and it is scraping from the path /metrics, and that is the server running inside the container. Now if we go to targets, we will see the exact same endpoint /metrics. These are the targets which are being scraped for metrics by Prometheus. And then the service discovery. You can see one active target, which is Prometheus. Now I will show you how to persist your data as well as how you can modify the Prometheus configuration file. I have stored the existing server. From the server, I have copied the configuration file, which I will try to create here. Another thing that I will create is the Prometheus directory, which I will map to the containers directory so that any data created inside that container can be saved on my local host. You can do the same thing with Docker volume and mount a volume inside the container so that you can persist the data which is created inside the Prometheus folder. So in this command, I am mounting my local Prometheus file inside the container, and also I am mounting a blank Prometheus folder inside the container. Now let's check our server. Again, this one is started at localhost 9090. Now when I change anything inside my local Prometheus configuration file, this will reflect inside the container, and when the container starts, it will take the new configuration file. And that's how you can set up Prometheus using Docker image. In my next video, I will tell you how to configure Alert Manager using Docker image. If you find this video helpful, please press the like button. This will help me in making more such videos. Thank you.